I heard someone say once that, like, if you look at someone's bank account, I'll show you their values. And so, yeah, like, double check your bank account and see, like, what are you saying your values are with the way that you spend money today. Hello, my friend. Welcome back. We are talking about money, milestones, and mindset today. If you have ever wanted to just say goodbye to your debt-free journey, we're talking all the time about becoming debt-free, but like when are we actually going to like do the damn thing? I just want to talk a little bit about that today because you can absolutely do it. And I'm really hoping that by sharing my story, I'll be able to help you move even one step further forward. We've got lots of videos here on this channel. If you haven't already, please like if you like debt-free content, subscribe. You'll also see things about systems, lifestyle, fitness, even some good little recipes here and there. And shout out to Nicole, our editor, for helping us get this video out on the internet. You guys, it's the middle of June. It's beautiful outside. It's getting a little hot as well. And so is this debt-free journey of mine, okay? There have been so many things that I've learned over the last several years, and I'm excited to share them with you. But starting from the very beginning, okay, I have my little iPad down here with my notes because this is kind of like a word vomit, right? Excuse. But it's just like a word blurb where I'm talking a little bit about what this has been like because I'm going to tell you something right now. It has been long. It has been challenging. I was going to say hard, but I don't want innuendos. But it's been really tough. That's the point of this. Because we're going to be talking a little bit about like systems and intentional living, I think that we should start there. Of all the things that have changed with my systems, the number one I have to say is budgeting. If you have not set up a budget for yourself before, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because it's necessary. These are things that I wish I knew in my 20s. And being a 30-something, I had to stop there. It's not old. I feel young at heart with a wise soul. I digress. Being a 30-something and thinking about the fact that I could have had so many of these habits in my 20s, it pisses me off. And if you're in this position right now, I hope that it pisses you off enough. Like if you are 20-something, even if you're like 18 or 19 and you still have time, like listen to Auntie Ashley, okay? You do not have to fall into the trap of culture and over consumption. You can very much have all the things that you want without becoming, can we say like consumer obese? I think that can be a thing. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like just all of the stuff, overconsumption, think like TikTok crazy. That starts with a budget. And a budget is really so simple, you guys. For all the money that I bring in a given month, you could even do it week by week. How much am I spending? And then when you get that number down, like, because we're all spending anyways, right? Like when you're a kid, if your parents gave you chores and an allowance or something like that, that's also a perfect time to start like budgeting and practicing. So you bring in, I don't know, for your allowance, like $100 in a month. And you say like, oh my gosh, yeah, next month that really cool movie is coming out. So I have to set aside like $20 so I can go out with my friends. And now I've got $80 left. What am I going to do with this $80? That, y'all, is budgeting. And then as you get older and as you get like quote unquote more financially successful, you just keep working with bigger numbers. That's all that budgeting really is. So number one thing that has changed with my personal budget being on this debt-free journey has been the way that I budget, the way that I think about budgeting. I used to just take a piece of paper, which is wild, and I'd write down like how much I got paid, and then I would just keep subtracting until I got to zero. That's the definition of being paycheck to paycheck, y'all. I don't recommend budgeting that way. If you want to start learning how to budget, yes, I will be creating resources for you in the future. But for now, the tools that I use primarily come from Dave Ramsey or a company called You Need a Budget, YNAB. I highly recommend looking at either of those companies for more information. The next thing that has changed is what's valuable to me. I'm gonna tell you right now. I used to think that Forever 21 was value. Girl, I know. And you know what? If you're watching this and you're still rocking the forever like trendy pieces, I have mad respect for you because I love a sequin top, a little graphic on a t-shirt. I don't dress that way anymore, but it would get me every single time. Put sequins on anything and I'm coming after it. But not anymore. Nowadays, I think that the things that I find valuable have a lot more to do with like how I'm spending time with my friends or with my family, what I'm able to do, what I find fun. Also, like better clothing if I'm not sweating my butt off in polyester and I get to like have some really nice flexibility in cotton, that makes me happy. I value better food. So that doesn't mean that you have to shop at like Erewhon, you guys. Erewhon prices do not equate to good food. Good food is produce. It usually comes from the ground. It's natural, but you can also find like organic produce, you guys, at Aldi. I love to shop at Aldi. I also shop at Sprouts, Publix. Think about what's valuable to you and put those things into place with your money. I heard someone say once that like if you look at someone's bank account, I'll show you their values. And so yeah, like double check your bank account and see like what are you saying your values are with the way that you spend money today, because between budgeting and then deciding like brand new for me what's actually valuable, I can tell you that my money is now far more closely aligned with my actual values. And then the last thing that we'll talk about for today, you guys, is just thinking about the long term. That's another part of my systems that have really changed. And I can't say enough, like this in itself could be an entirely separate video. When you start getting out of debt, when you're in the middle of getting out of debt, when you're at the end of getting out of debt, you have so many opportunities like daily, okay, right? Daily to just think about like who do you want to be and what does the way you spend your money say about you. So this can go back to point number 2 of the things that have changed for me, right? Like if you say I'm a generous person and your bank account says I haven't given to a organization that works for a good cause in the last 5 years, I think you might need to reassess. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but it does mean that maybe you've got some room for improvement when it comes to being a generous person. If you were to say that you're someone who values high quality and every single time you double check one of your bank statements, yes, y'all, bank statements are still a real thing. If you've never seen a bank statement of yours, tell me in the comments and I will help you find it because it's actually really useful. Tangent. If you check your bank statements, you say that you value quality, but everything on your bank statement says that like you're ordering Shein hauls, an entire freight of Shein belongs to you, then you might also need to just like rethink like what is quality, because you might value quantity, but I don't know, friend, if I would look at your bank statement and say that you value quality. So it's all up to you to assess these things. I know this was like a really, really fast overview of these things, but I just wanted to get some information out there, start talking a little bit more about like how you can use intentional systems in your life to live softer, live more joyously, live more freely, live more happily. And it also contributes, y'all, to your fitness and your overall wellness, all things that we love on this channel. So if you got any value out of this, mini conversation, please hit the like button, subscribe. And the next time we come back, I will tell you a little bit about some of the emotional highs and lows of getting out of debt too. There have been many, but there have been some significant ones. And if you have already felt or are afraid of feeling these things, I hope that sharing my story with you and some tips to get through it will be helpful. Until then, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me help you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.